Naruto 644, awesome. I loved it. There's a lot of density. There's a lot of complexity to this. All right, first, I was pleasantly wrong. Okay, there's another chapter there. I wasn't expecting this. This is the way it normally works. Anyway, pleasantly wrong. Watching Kishimoto, there's so much going on. It's like watching somebody balancing like 50 different plates, you know, on sticks all around, going all over. Except each one of these things are pretty interesting. It's amazing how much is going on. Okay, the Nine Tails. One of the things that got me, which has really been, you know, one of these little small things on the side, right? That kind of could track is the Naruto. You know, is the Nine Tails? Is it one entity that really wants to form back together? It's acting like two different characters right here, which is just amazing to me. Of course, they're yin and yang. One's more physical, one's more spiritual. Maybe that helps, but they're different, and I mean, the whole thing, you know, can you loan me some of your chakra? And I was like begging myself for chakra. So that's weird. It's a complexity to it. Okay, next, a question for everybody out there is crowdsourcing this. Now, my understanding is the whole thing. I'm going to kind of skip around here. The mixing of chakra, right? Well, I've got everybody's chakra. I've got contact with them and everything. So Naruto has all. Here's the question. He has all his chakra from all the tailed beasts except the one tail, right? He's only missing the one tail. Is that correct? I'm almost to the point of, and this has kind of been talked about before, is it going to be possible that in some way that he can pull, you know, that the big move at the end may be him pulling the tailed beasts out somehow, right? The whole idea that he's got a piece of their chakra, which seemed to be extremely important. He knows their real names, right? He knows all. He has a special relationship with them. This isn't the typical master-slave tail beast thing going on here. This isn't that at all, right? This is an equal thing, you know. So, and which also makes me believe that because of this equal cooperation thing, that they'll be able to achieve much higher levels. As far, you know, the example of, you know, Madara had mastery of the Nine Tails, but he wasn't doing any of this stuff because their relationship was so one-sided, you know, and abusive. Really, you want to know the truth about it. But anyway, so all right. So that was pretty wild. The next thing, Shikamaru. Now he's got a blank this time, right? But he's still in there. And at some point in time, right? I feel that he will be definitely a part of the critical plan. He'll have a piece that Naruto won't. Okay, so that I'm really looking forward to that. And Jugo, Kishimoto keeps using Jugo to remind us, like his conversation with Sasuke, that there is some plan that's going on. Okay, and at some critical time, I'm almost wondering if there isn't something maybe related to Madara's control he feels. There's some event that's going to happen at some process of this, and they need to jump in to get control of it, or take something that they need that unlocks out of it. And a lot of people have already thrown out there, it probably is Zetsu related, right? Because it seems that maybe that's the part that Toby Obito has forgot about, because he seemed to bring the Zetsu part of him with him. So maybe that's the key. Anyway, okay, awesome chapter. There's so much more stuff going on. Another thing, well, before I get to this part, the thing that, even the comparisons that are going on, actually, let me do the humor part here, and then I get to a couple other things at the same time. Okay, Kiba. It's kind of humorous, but it's kind of humorous, but it's kind of... Akamaru needs to go bite Kiba's hand and tell him, look, in comparison to we are not top tier. You're not gonna be Hokage. You're not gonna be Kage anywhere. We're not this level. The whole thing, Naruto, that bastard. I can't believe he can do this. That was pretty funny, actually. That was pretty good. But yeah, Akamaru needs to straighten Kiba back out, dude. Back to reality, guy. Okay. Okay. Now here I'm going to talk about the second, the first. The first comparison to himself, he's like, wow, this guy's like around my chakra level. And then he's like, oh, wait a minute, he's using the tailed beast and Minato and all this kind of stuff. So that gives us an idea of just the level of chakra that the first got is just on his own deal. Even, I mean, he's comparable with Naruto with all these 4 entities powered. The first is, as we all know, just total badass. Okay, the second, on a kind of more humorous note, he keeps getting pissed because everybody seems to think, well, they're improving on stuff that he actually invented, and it's just pissing him. He's almost like someone with a bunch of patents. He's like, look, I've got patents on all this stuff. Okay, and you guys are taking credit. I will see you guys in court. That's how the second is like right now. He's okay. Moving on, the Nine Tails. Once again, the whole thing of him seeing them as peers, right, is brought back up again, which I've already discussed at the beginning. I think that's definitely going to be critical. And at the end, the tears from Minato, who I guess after the onslaught, right, of Obito was kind of getting down, okay, and he kind of needed that because it kind of wears on him, but he's seeing and evidently answers another question. I thought, well, the pieces of chakra that Naruto interacted with, I wonder if that information went back to the original, and evidently it doesn't. So did you talk to your mother? Did you this? And so that's the way it seems to work. Is it's kind of isolated from him, so he didn't know. But now they've got this big contact, this thing, the whole father son yin yang Nine Tails. It was phenomenal, and just little bits and pieces all over the place, everything going on. So I loved it. It was awesome. This is going a little bit long. As we all know, this is where you come in on this channel. If you have never made a comment on this channel, if you've just been watching, which is fine, you don't have to this time if you don't want to either. But read the other comments, right? This is a participation friendly place, and it's not troll friendly. Okay, make your comments. If you never made a comment on YouTube, if you've never made a comment here, go ahead and make a comment. Join in on the conversation. You'll even see a lot of back and forth. And to be honest, people pretty much police themselves for the most part, because this is a fun place. This is one of the few places you can go on YouTube where you can actually express yourself, interact with others, and have a lot of fun. To be perfectly honest, it's a tiny little channel we have right here, but it's awesome. Anyway, this is where it starts. Your comments. Anybody can be an anime fan. You can always subscribe. You can always unsubscribe. You can do anything you want to. Until next time, take care.